1968 Blackflower Drive is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Please be advised, this episode contains depictions of suicide.
You're listening to the finale of 1968 Blackflower Drive, Episode 9, Part 2, the finale, returning. Stay tuned after the credits. At the peak of the Blackflower ship is perched the crow's nest where crewman Bash resides. His crow's nest is set up with a small sleeping area, a modest box of personal items, a signal bell latched to the mast, and a slight shelf where a telescope rests. It is a small living space but has a cozy feel. Crewman Bash is staring down at the sea below. Even in the dark of night, he can see large, strange, bioluminescent sea creatures swimming underneath the ship. They are in a panic, rushing in all directions. Crewman Bash looks out at the horizon in utter horror.
I'll see you soon, Mom. Dad?
In the crewman's quarters, a distant thunderclap is heard. I point up and give Perry an odd smirk. Everything ends tonight.
What does that mean?
Perry and I rush out to the deck. The sails are filling as wind begins to surge. Crewman Bash's twisted and crushed body is bleeding out on the deck. The crew is torn between screaming out in shock and yelling out orders.
Did he fall?
He jumped.
Hey, Triton. What do you call a survivor of a disaster?
I don't know. Victorious?
Well fed.
Hap uncomfortably cackles and drags Crewman Bash's body to the kitchen.
What now?
We can't really do anything until the storm hits. Believe me, I know. I've been living this out for a long time now. As if on cue, rain starts falling and the waves swell.
The storm's here.
Not yet. Captain McVale bursts out of his quarters with his black bottle and notices Hap dragging Crewman Bash's corpse off the deck.
What the hell happened?
Captain McVale interrupts himself as he sees the fierce storm ahead.
Turn the ship!
First Mate Vincent stops him and gestures in a slow spin around the entire horizon. In the distance, they are surrounded by a deadly storm on all sides. The crew, fearful, awaits their captain's next order.
What do we do, Captain?
Desperate, Captain McVale turns to me.
Any successes you've read about in your books and logs for this type of situation?
He's not even a crewman.
Shut up, Grumpy.
Actually, yes, I've read a few survivor stories. Captain McVale listens while I talk in low tones, deliberating quickly. Captain McVale drinks from his black bottle and then barks out orders with a threatening decisiveness.
Batten down the hatches, secure the sails. First Mate Vincent, lead the rowers down below. We need as much speed as possible. Crewmen, prepare for rough winds, heavy rains, and giant waves. It's gonna be a brutal ride.
Sir, with all due respect, we can't outrun the storm.
We are not going to outrun the storm. We are plowing through it!
Captain McVale takes control of the ship's wheel. The crewmen are confused and idle, looking at the horizon. I pull out my Apache revolver and shoot it into the sky.
Your captain gave you orders. Follow him now or drown in the sea.
I fire again, and the crewmen spread out to their tasks. Captain McVale nods to me. First Mate Vincent scowls at this transaction while descending into the hull.
Trayton, what are you up to?
I watch the crewmen and the horizon as the rain thickens. The wind howls and the waves rise. Then I pat Perry's shoulder. Hours later, the Blackflower is in the middle of the storm. The winds are hostile. The rain is relentless and the waves show no mercy. The ship is low in the sea. Perry and I are braced for the violent storm.
Why do you keep jumping me in time?
I'm showing what you need to know.
I struggle towards Captain McVale, who has finished his black bottle and fighting with the ship's wheel.
Captain, we are taking on water. We must shut the oar slots in the hull.
You said we need the speed.
We are a sinking stone. Take the remaining men and secure the hull. The sails should be enough. I'll take the wheel.
Captain McVale judges me.
Trust blows both ways, Captain.
Crewmen, we need to secure the hull. Follow me!
Captain McVale leaves the wheel and leads the remaining crewmen into the hull. I grab the spinning wheel and stabilize it. Time slows.
Perry, shut the hull's trapdoor.
Perry goes to the hull trapdoor and sees a slow-motion flurry of crewmen. Hap, First Mate Vincent, and Captain McVale, among others, try to shut the oar slots while ocean water floods in. The slaves are still strapped to their stations.
I'm not slowing time.
I am.
Why am I shutting the trap door?
Just do it.
You're going to kill them all.
It's the only way.
No, it's not.
It's what happened, so it must be done.
Perry watches as First Mate Vincent realizes what is happening and in slow motion rushes for the ladder to the deck. And then, with his two discolored eyes, he sees Perry.
You better shut that trap.
I can't die. I'm not here.
You can't change what's in the past, but you're not of the past. You can be removed.
Still in slow motion, First Mate Vincent mounts the ladder, glaring at Perry. He pulls out his blunderbuss and aims. Captain McVale notices First Mate Vincent and squints up at Perry.
How can they see me?
Shut the trap!
Take me out of here!
You wanted to know. You must face the abyss.
First Mate Vincent fires his blunderbuss. In slow motion, nails, ball bearings, and sharp shards of metal fly out of the shotgun-like device. Perry hurriedly shuts and locks the trap door. Time resumes normal speed. Sharp shards of metal and nails jab through the hull's trap door.
Did you lock it?
Yes.
Good.
I wrap a rope around the wheel of the ship to secure it in place.
They're going to die.
They're already dead.
We can save them.
This is what happened. I can't change the past. Follow me.
I rush to the stern of the ship to the dinghy. We board it and cut its ties. It falls to the raging sea while the Blackflower sails aimlessly further into the storm. A massive wave hits the Blackflower, leveling it to its side. Perry and I cling to the dinghy as it miraculously stays safe from the storm, as if we were too small a fish to swallow. Cries of panic and fear echo in the air. The dinghy rises from a swell of the ocean. Another massive wave strikes the ship and it flips upside down, then slowly sinks. We watch in dread as the Blackflower is consumed by the sea. The sounds of sorrow drown with the ship. I start rowing away.
Now you know.
There were other options.
I was young and traumatized. This was my best option.
The sea miraculously calms. The dark clouds dissipate. The rain, thunder, and lightning cease. The storm vanishes. I row and Perry looks up at the star-filled sky.
This isn't the end.
Yes, it is. This is the end. It just repeats over and over again, like the ocean's waves, over and over again. This is my end.
Take me to the hull.
You want to watch those people drown?
Did the storm just vanish like this? Way back when?
Basically, yes.
Maybe he just wanted to devour the most evil bits. That's why I let you go. And
What are you talking about?
something from a TV show I saw when I was a kid. Take me to the hull of the Blackflower in its current location.
Why?
I think I can save you.
How?
Trust blows both ways. You threw me into the abyss. I think you owe me.
You asked for it.
Not to live through it. Do you want to be saved? Or are you content with this existence you're enduring?
I deserve this.
Maybe you don't. Take me to the hull.
What do you expect to find there?
Hopefully, nothing. You brought me this far. Let's finish this.
Follow me.
I set down the oars and dive into the ocean. Perry, confused, waits until my hand comes up from the water and motions. Perry follows. In the ocean, Perry follows me as we swim downward, eventually arriving at double doors, incredulously located in the middle of the ocean. I open the doors, revealing blackness beyond with a faint green, flickering illumination. I gesture, and Perry swims through. In the darkness, he finds the green, flickering source. It's Vincent's torch. Perry picks it up and it lights the room with its backwards flickering. Perry carries Vincent's torch and swim walks around the black house's cellar. It is upside down and filled with water. He turns to me and barely hides his surprise of my appearance. I have resumed my older, corpse-like visage. We communicate telepathically.
This is your cellar in the Blackflower house.
This is the hull of the ship named Blackflower.
They're the same, aren't they?
I nod, not really understanding.
The entity could manipulate time and space. It connected the Blackflower ship to the Blackflower house, reuniting a night of horror and chaos, maybe even developing the ability to create unique sea creatures for its amusement.
I do not comprehend what you are expositing.
It's just starting to make sense to me.
He looks again and sees that the cellar has morphed into a version of the cellar that is also the hull of the Blackflower. Perry looks around.
There are no people here.
People don't usually congregate at the bottom of the sea.
There's no corpses, no skeletons. Where are the slaves? Where are the crew? They should be here. If they went down with the ship, wouldn't they?
Unless they left.
If this is both places, then how? Captain Vale would never let them leave. Neither would First Mate Vincent. So where are they?
I point to the open trap door on the floor ceiling of the cellar hull. We both slowly creep towards the opening and peer in. A light drifts by underneath. Perry looks alarmed at me. Suddenly, a giant deep-sea angler, a devilfish with a glowing antenna and the size of a large tuna, is blindly snapping up through the trap hole with its massively fanged jaws. Perry searches for something to attack with and picks up an old, broken oar shaft that crumbles in his hands. I brace my old body and start kicking the creature. I get a few hits in, but the monstrous fish grabs my foot and bites it clean off. Feeling no pain, I stab the beast with my stubbed leg. The giant deep-sea angler retreats and quickly swims away.
Are you okay?
I'm dead. It doesn't matter. We cautiously return to the opening. No sign of the lethal fish.
We need to get to the captain's quarters.
Why? Without explaining, Perry jumps down to the next level. Perry lands and discovers that the mast is stuck deep into the ocean's surface, leaving the ship's bow and stern to create a bridge with the upside-down deck. The sea floor looks like a barren desert on some foreign planet. The darkness is vast, ominous, and can't be penetrated with the soft green glow of Vincent's torch. A humongous, bone-white skeleton of an undistinguishable creature just out of the torch's illumination catches Perry's interest. Suddenly, the giant deep-sea angler charges Perry and bites. It doesn't hurt, but it startles him and he gasps, inhaling water. While the creature gnashes its fangs into his shoulder, Perry struggles not to cough or breathe. I jump down and aim my sharp leg stump at the giant deep-sea angler and stab it. The grotesque fish releases its grip, and Perry desperately thrusts Vincent's torch into the beast's mouth. It snaps its jaws down, breaking the tip off, but the green flame grows in the sea beast, and it bursts into fantastical emerald flames. I drag Perry away from the burning, writhing, snapping giant deep-sea angler. We watch as it slows, then stops, then gradually rises out of sight, plunging Perry and I into utter darkness. Are you okay?
I'll feel it later.
What now? Dull bulbs of light slowly begin to appear in the distance from all sides. Deep-sea creatures with bioluminescence swimming and crawling towards us.
You need to get out of here.
We need to find McVale.
We can't fight off all of them.
The deep-sea creatures slither and scurry closer.
Can you move?
Go. Let me be. Let me end.
Perry grabs my stump leg and starts manipulating it. A weird tingling manifests where my ankle should be.
Philip, you're not causing this horror to repeat itself. It's McVale.
It doesn't matter. It still happened. I murdered all those people. The guilty, those caught in between, and the innocents. Trapped them in a liquid grave.
Can you move?
The devilish creatures of the deep sea are almost upon us. Their eerie organic light closes in like an underwater forest fire returning to its source. I look down and, miraculously, my foot is whole again. I nod to Perry, and he jets off in the wrong direction. I grab him.
Where?
Captain's quarters.
It's this way.
I pull him away from the bow and back to the stern.
You were just on this ship. You don't remember?
Not in an upside-down version at the bottom of the sea being hounded by a pack of demon fish.
It's nice to know that Perry still has a sense of humor. We hurriedly climb to the captain's quarters door.
I hope you have a trick up your sleeve.
I open the door, and we enter. The cabin is a mess of chaos, but the captain's desk is upright on the ceiling and floor. Tied up on the deck is a barely conscious Chrissy Ann. Her face is distorted in pain. Above her lords an upgraded skeletal Captain McVale. This version of McVale stands tall with his imposingly big frame. Pieces of his body have rotted off or have been broken in skirmishes but repaired with metal parts fused onto his corpse body. In a way, he resembles the new Black House. He has stolen 2 weapons from the scientists of outside. One, a red glowing upgraded Apache revolver, where the scarlet pulsing blade holds steady and stuck into Chrissy Ann's temple, making her head illuminate. The other, a red glowing upgraded blunderbuss aimed at me and Perry.
Young Philip Trayton III, though more spoiled than ripe. Long time since you stepped aboard your father's ship.
I'm in this goddamn hell ship every night.
Chris, leave. Now.
I can't. He's preventing me somehow.
Let her go, Captain.
And you, I remember you. You were in the house a while back, the one who was dead but not dead.
Let her go.
And still not dead, but dead. But also you were on the Blackflower, that fateful night, shutting the trap door. But it wasn't really you, it was him. Spoiled Philip Trayton III.
Let her go.
Not till I get what I want.
Which is?
My cargo.
Your slaves.
Young spoiled Philip, you are dismissed.
I'm not part of your demonic crew.
The crew that you mercilessly murdered to damnation? Along with all that innocent cargo?
Perry stops me from charging. But honestly, there's not much fight in me. He's right.
We don't know where your cargo is.
Violet does.
You made that note. You made that note to lure me out here.
Do all you bookworms congregate together?
She did it, Chris.
Chrissy Ann painfully smiles as skeletal Captain McVale twists the red, glowing Apache revolver blade sticking in her temple.
Where's my cargo?
I think I know where they are. Let me explain. Philip, did you want everyone to die on this ship?
Everyone.
All the slaves, and the reluctant crew, and the ones that committed the atrocities, all of them?
I wanted to save myself, to be honest. But I didn't want the innocents to die.
But you killed all of us, which makes you guilty.
Philip, you understand the principle that only one object can exist in a certain space at a time, correct?
I guess.
Skeletal Captain McVale double cocks the red, glowing Apache revolver.
I will kill you all. I want my cargo.
Captain McVale, give me a little time to explain, and I'll owe you. I'll owe you a seafarer's gratitude.
Agreed. But a gratitude is to the end.
Of course. Philip, since a house and a sailing ship cannot occupy the same space, maybe they can share it. Understand?
I'm surprised you understand.
They also might share the same timeline. My daughter took the cargo in my timeline, but she also took it in yours. You only drowned the crew. It just took a little time for time to catch up.
I don't really understand, but I flash back in time to the hull of the Blackflower being flooded and turning over and over again. The crew scrambles to contain the situation. Yet one by one, the slaves disappear. One by one. Until none are left. I return to the bottom of the sea, where skeletal Captain McVale's quarters lie upside down, realizing I didn't murder them.
No, you didn't. They escaped.
They were saved?
This ends tonight.
A storm of emotions accost me. And this is when I started telling you my story of living in fear. The atrocities born of greed and desperation, and the mysteries of time and death. My withered corpse body releases all tension of grief. I weep, not in suffering, but in joy, and raise my arms in triumph. Because this is also a story of redemption. I am free.
As a child, throughout my life mostly, I was never afraid because I knew there was life after death. You're born, you live, you die, but you don't end. My grandma taught me that. You continue on, just not the same. When I saw the old man, the dead man, Philip Trayton III, obliterated by the electrified shard shot from the red glowing blunderbuss, his mummified flesh, his decrepit bones disintegrate into nothingness. I finally understood the finality of non-existence. There was an end to it all. I mean, a TV show eventually gets canceled. The continuing does stop. At one point, you become extinct. And it was then that I grasped true terror. Old Philip Trayton III implodes with a red flare. He's gone.
The thing about a blunderbuss is it only has one shot.
I watch as skeletal Captain McVale gleefully reloads the red glowing blunderbuss. He does so with one hand while the other continues holding the red glowing Apache revolver, with the blade still stuck in Chrissy Ann's temple.
The Apache, though, it holds 5 shots. Enough for her and you, if you want to try me. Or maybe I can find something worse for you two.
I look to my ex-wife. I can't tell if she's mouthing go or let go. But fuck it. I freeze time. Everything stops. I rush over to Christiane while the skeletal captain eyeballs me with growing fury, aware of what is happening. He seems to be moving faster than most in this frozen state. I wriggle the red glowing Apache revolver from his grip and gently remove it from Christiane's temple. Her demeanor immediately changes from torture to relief.
Thank you.
Go, get out of here.
And leave you here at the bottom of the ocean.
Captain McVale struggles to speed up his reloading of the upgraded blunderbuss.
I have a better idea.
She rips the weapon away from him, and he resumes normal speed. He charges us, but I fire the red glowing Apache revolver. A red flare ricochets off one of his metal platings.
You can't kill me. You owe me a seafarer's gratitude.
I don't.
Christiane fires the red glowing blunderbuss, and it explodes electrified shrapnel that rips through the substance of skeletal Captain Vale, destroying flesh, bone, and metal, ending him into a flurry of crimson silt that floats away in the deep ocean sea. I let out a heavy sigh.
Don't do that.
I hold my inhale. Right. Old habit.
I found her.
What? Violet?
Yes.
How is she?
She's different. She's different. I mean, you should talk to her.
How is she different?
You'll see.
She embraces me, and we zap away. A while later, when I was discharged from St. Ascleia Hospital, everything was different back in Blackflower. Or should I say, everything was returning to the way it was before. Normal, maybe? The Black House became dormant. The military began packing up, and Jupiter Enterprises filed for bankruptcy under dubious motives. Some left Blackflower, but most of the locals stayed. I was leaving too. I had a place to go to in Bermuda. I sailed my boat, careful to avoid the Devil's Playground, and once I docked on the island, I headed to a particular shelter that dealt with runaways, abused women, refugees, anyone who needed help.
Welcome to Viola's home. We are safe to live the way you want. How can I help you?
My arm's in a sling, but I'm refreshed, healthy, and clean-shaven. However, I'm still a little off. Hi, thank you. I'm here to see Viola.
And Yar.
Oh, right. Sorry. I'm Perry. Perry Morbus. I'm a friend. A queer smile on the receptionist's face.
Perry. Mr. Morbus, of course. She been expecting ya. Come with me, she on the rear patio watching the waves.
The receptionist grins and motions for me to follow. On a luxurious patio, facing the ocean, a lone elderly woman, Viola, sits in a chair, sipping tea with a blanket over her legs, watching the tide. The receptionist gestures towards her, and I tentatively approach. Viola, hunched with age, senses my presence and slowly turns to me. Violet?
Dad.
I rush to her and carefully embrace her. I thought I'd never... What happened?
It's good to see you too.
The receptionist brings over a chair for me.
Thank you. Do you want some tea?
Sure.
Maybe a smoothie?
Tea is fine.
I'll be back with some herbal tea. And leave you be to catch up.
What happened? Where have you been?
Oh, Dad. This really takes me back. But when I realized those people, those slaves, were trapped in that hellish nightmare of a time loop, I knew that I had to do something. I wanted to whisk them all away, but to where? They'd all come from different places. Baltimore, Hampton Roads, Wilmington, Savannah. The only consistent destination was here, Bermuda. I was so young, Dad. My powers were so strong, but my skill was... The ability to control it was weak. And I brought them all here, and like a vacuum, I was sucked into their journey through time and space.
When did you get here?
1895.
How
am I alive?
The receptionist brings out a tray with hot tea, a fruit plate, and a purple smoothie for Viola. The ocean continues its soft crashing.
Thank you, Perry.
Perry, the receptionist, amusedly winks at me.
Anything else, Viola?
No, thank you.
Perry, the receptionist, exits. Perry? Is he my...
He's your... Let me get this straight. He's your great grandchild. I believe. I can never remember how it works.
How old are you?
That is rude to ask.
I'm so sorry. I didn't...
Dad,
What?
you are still such a stuffed shirt.
Yeah, I am.
Honestly, I lost track of my age a long time ago. I just tell people I'm 99, and they're always impressed. They're like, good for you. Or, what's your secret?
What do you tell them?
Be good to people so you can get a good night's sleep.
Those are sound words to live by.
Or maybe it's just these smoothies.
Viola sips on her purple drink and winks. I smile, remembering.
To answer your question, Dad, I am not even sure how I'm alive. I just get up every day and thankful. Maybe it has to do with the time journey I made way back when. Since I was living in a time before I was born, maybe my years didn't really count off the book, so to speak. I do know my ages. Oh, it's catching up with me now. I can feel it.
Why didn't you ever come back to the present?
I couldn't, Dad. My powers were depleted once I arrived here with my 33 survivors. There was no way I could journey back. But it was worth it. They made lives for themselves. Some went back to their homes on the mainland, but most stayed, needing to start again. Johnny became a carpenter, and you should see his chairs. And Lisa, she's a seamstress, never had a complaint. Holly went on to be a writer. I think you'd really like what she wrote. And Thomas, well, Thomas had his moments.
Why didn't you ever reach out to me?
Oh, I thought about it every day. I wrestled with the concept of contacting you, Dad, but I thought it would be too weird and complicated, especially with my younger self in your life.
But what about after you left? I went searching for you. So did your mother.
I know. I wanted to, but it had been so many years, Dad. I'd lived lifetimes since we last spoke, and our last words weren't pleasant. I was afraid. I was afraid you'd still be mad at me for leaving you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I wipe her tears away, and we smile. I guess I just have one question.
What?
Obviously, I will always miss watching you grow up, going to college, discovering your career, finding love, walking you down the aisle, watching you raising your children. All the hallmarks of life. I missed all that. So I gotta ask. Did you have a good life? She smiles so broadly. The answer is evident.
Yes. Even without you, Dad. I really did.
Then I'm happy for you. That's all I can ask for.
Okay. Enough of this. Sit here.
Oh.
I need to talk to you, Dad. Is Mom here?
I look over and see Christiane, who's nodding at Viola. She's here. What do you want to say?
If she speaks, tell me what she says. I can't hear her anymore.
I will.
Mom, I love you, and I miss you, but I will be with you soon. Please come find me.
I love you too, my precious flower. Oh, and I miss you, and I treasure the moment when we can speak again.
She loves you too.
Say everything, and
She loves you, and she misses you.
And I treasure.
And she treasures the moment when you can speak again. I got it, Chris.
Oh my goodness, you too. Oh, that warms my heart. Now, Dad, you're here, and I need a favor.
Pregnant Jackie answers the door of her apartment. It's me, with a sling and a suitcase. A taxi in the background drives off.
Oh,
Hi.
how'd it go?
Good. Emotional, but good. Closure. She nods. I suck at this. Can I come in?
Yeah, sure.
I awkwardly enter and half-hug Jackie. Now we're in the living room. In uncomfortable silence, Jackie sits sipping iced tea while I fidget in a chair with an untouched whiskey before me. What am I doing? What am I doing?
What's going on? You're acting...
Oh, it's crazy.
A little? Yeah. Weird. What's up?
Oh, I made a promise to my daughter to set things right between us, not to leave you dangling. Tears me up the side because... Jackie shakes her head, shuts her eyes, and puts her face in her hands.
God, Perry, just leave. Just go.
She lifts up her face and sees that I'm on one knee with a ring in my hand.
I once thought that...
Would it be okay with you to spend the rest of your life with me? Jackie's shock is met with tears and confusion, and I don't know how to read it. Oh, I can tell what a century-old dead pirate is thinking, but I would trade it all just for an answer from you.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
With all that I've been through the successes and failures, the mystical and the haunted, the horrors and love, and what Viola told me.
Now, Dad, I need a favor. I've lived many lives. I've lived through many experiences.
Her words will never die in me. They made me reflect on the people of Blackflower.
Oh, you look so
Maple,
good. The colors
visiting Donna Quill's at St. Escalia's recovery ward. They indulge in Maple's delicious baked treats and laugh good-naturedly while Donna rubs her dog's ears.
You've only had one life with Mom, and that was cut short.
Side chick, now with no makeup or piercings, but donning bright blonde hair, living off the grid. Maybe she's practicing with a bow and arrow, and always getting bullseyes.
It's time for you to start your second life, Dad.
Mo, staring at her humble home, a last look before driving away in the Team Iris van, a hook for one of her hands.
If you're alone, find someone.
In a group therapy session, Kelvin, dressed in patient's clothes, confesses something to the group and sobs while in the comforting arms of Mildred, also dressed in patient's clothes.
If you found someone, commit to them.
In the woods, Ron, with severe facial burn scars, trains Jody how to properly fire his weapon. Jody gets a call from the cell phone. He checks it, yet it doesn't respond. He returns his attention back to Ron.
Make a family.
Mrs. Potterson and Tabitha smile and sit at the dining room table as Farshad, wearing a chef's apron that reads, "I'm not just a chef," serves them breakfast.
If it's just with the two of you, that's good.
Gil is back in his den at his desk, finishing up his ship in a bottle.
If there's a child, that's good too.
In the near future, I see a simple but tasteful bedroom facing the morning Bermuda sun. The doors are open, casting warm beams of light into the room. Perry, the receptionist, smiles somberly as he holds the dying hand of Viola. She's not looking at him, though. She looks to Chrissy Ann, who is also in the room, with her Great Dane Loki. They exchange a small nod.
Most importantly, find your happiness and live it.
In a St. Escalia hospital room, Trooper Ramirez dances as best she can with tears of joy.
Not to be morbid, but death is never too far away.
Outside the dormant black house, Ms. Circle stands furious. With Mr. Nail and Detective Bricks on either side, they watch as the last of the military pick up their equipment and leave. The house at 1968 Blackflower Drive is now a worn-down, dilapidated husk of the powerhouse it once was. Detective Bricks shrugs and walks off to his state cruiser. Mr. Nail shakes his head solemnly and leaves as well. Ms. Circle pulls out her cell phone and dials.
So stop trying to communicate with the dead and start trying to talk with the living. Goodbye, Dad.
In Jackie's bedroom, with the morning sunshine warming the room, Jackie kisses me. Then she takes my hand and puts it on her pregnant belly. In all my communications with the dead, nothing has been more profound than the gentle kick of my little baby boy.
This has been a Prisons Break production of 1968 Blackflower Drive. Starring Brian Dullaghan, Brittany Joyner, Brett Pearsons, Scott Conte, Max Cook, Darcy Silveira, Douglas Sarine, Amy Procacci, Marypat Farrell, Sarah Atwood, Sarah Pryzibilla, Adam Sholder, Saahil Anand, Reasha Honaker, Ken Weiler, Britton Spellings. Written and directed by Brett Pearsons. Executive producer, Sarah Pryzibilla. Original score and sound design, Brett Pearsons. Editing and audio engineering, Sarah Pryzibilla. The song, We Are the Ones, was written and performed by KGB. Recorded at GKD Studios and engineered by Geoff Dunbar. The song Destination was written and performed by Tiny Goliath. Recorded at Owl's Roost Studios and engineered by Ben Wise. Special thanks for this episode to Kim Moffat, Michael Kokorian, Vanessa Lopato, Geoff Dunbar, Todd Pearsons, Matt Kaminsky, Stefan Marks, Kevin Dorff, Amy Burdick, Mario Eduardo, Matthew Aquino, Irene White, Diane Witter, Joe Dungan, Kara Ebensberger, John Huertas, Blaze Miller, with, of course, Sunday and Jameson. Thank you to all our family and friends for following us on this journey, everyone who assisted with equipment and advice along the way, and to our audience who embraced this adventure, our characters, and the world of Blackflower. This final episode is dedicated to my father, Carl Pearsons, from whom I got my love of radio play dramas that inspired this project.
At dusk, on a nondescript pier, Lee, dressed in thug-like clothes and sunglasses, points a sawed-off shotgun at a pleading victim on his knees with a bloodied nose. Beside him is a burly bodyguard with his face blown off. Lee estimates the amount of cash he holds from a rolled-up wad of $100 bills.
This seems to be a good amount. How did you acquire it?
I know a lot of people who can get a lot of stuff. I can let you in on that.
Oh, I'm gonna take over your business. You just gotta teach me.
Oh, please don't. I can help, please.
Lee looks around. There is only a sole fisherman left on the pier minding his own business.
I had a friend once who frequently told the same joke, but always changed the punchline. I'm gonna try it now. What do you call a survivor?
Someone who offers total allegiance to you.
Damn. That's a damn good answer. I was gonna blow your brains out, but damn. Okay. Stand up.
The victim stands up. Lee points to the lone fisherman.
Go punch that fucker in the head.
Why?
Or I can just fucking shoot you in yours.
Victim walks fast to the lone fisherman and punches him in the head.
What the hell did I do?
The two fight, and Lee just smiles and shakes his head.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
He takes his sunglasses off to clean them, revealing that his eyes are two different colors, just like crewman Vincent's. He sings softly to himself.
We are the ones that plow through the seas. We are the ones that sail to our death. We are the ones that drink on bended knee. We are the ones that hold.
To be continued.
February, don't you come round no more. February, you've stolen all the light from my door. You've taken my boy. You've taken my boy with your icy heart and your promises of gold. You've taken my boy. Snowy sirens sang him deep into their hole in the sea. February, February, your dawn swallowed up by the spray. February, February, the cruelest of seas had that day. And you've taken my boy and his captain where they never will be found. You've taken my boy, and the boat and crew lie deep without a sound in the sea. And I have heard voices such as mine, lamentations fueled with wine, for the husbands and the brothers and the sons, and the fathers and the friends, brave and strong beast fishermen, who take their chances till the race is run on the sea. Taken my boy, snowy sirens sang him deep into their hole. You've taken my boy, and his future days you've swallowed into night. Taken my boy, kept his body and our brave soul takes flight in the sea. Come round no more.